Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to another fantastic episode of Stories Around Azeroth. Thank you very much for joining us once again, as I am joined, as always, by the magnificent Frazley TC.
Hey, it's good to be here. I'm glad you invited me to the show. I'm always glad that.
I just leave it as an open door. You just come in, and then I just...
That reminds me of a song. Podcasting's an open door. We finish each other's sandwiches.
Sandwiches? You touch my sandwich, Frazley. They'll be well to say. But yes, we are honoured and delighted to be joined by another guest from around the Warcraft community, as it is the adorable Jettafae. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's good to have you.
I'm glad to be here with you guys. You guys have been a big inspiration for me to get back into streaming again.
Yeah!
I mean, there is Frazley who streams just about every day, and I stream when I feel like it.
I mean, that's pretty much how I was before. I streamed if I had the, the spoons to deal with it.
That's it, isn't it? Oh, it's been a week. Bit slow on the old Shadowlands. Well, I say it's been a bit slow on the Shadowlands front. I don't think there's been anything that's really interested me over there. But character copies opened up this week, and I got annoyed because I can't transfer Demon Hunters or Death Knights. So that's why I've been less excited, because I can't take my main over there yet.
So you're just like, yeah, I can understand that. I still haven't gotten beta, but even if I did, I'd probably be just messing with the character customizations the most.
Oh yeah, they look amazing.
Oh, it's so much fun to actually mess around with it. I'll be honest. Like, I think a couple of people in Frazley's Discord, like, because I was on there, and I said, look, I'll just jump in chat. I can show you something, because I was just messing around with stuff, and they were like, oh, can you jump in chat and show me these things? Sure, I'll screen share.
I mean, this is the first big, huge update we've gotten for customizations in probably ever, to be honest. So,
yeah, well, yeah, there is that. I mean, there's a lot more I still want, and I realized that last night after having more conversations with people. Not just in terms of customization, but in terms with just the direction of the game as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it came to a massive discussion point of, I love the game and I don't want to bash on it, and but I don't want to use the fact that, I love the game. When people say we only bash on it because we love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be that person that says that, I want to be like, I don't think this is healthy for the game, and that is why.
Yeah, you can still love a game while being critical of some things. Like, I will never say WoW is a perfect game. No game ever is. There's always going to be something that's just going to be like, well, this could be done better. This is kind of crap.
True. There's a lot of truth that can be said there. Yeah. But yeah, let's start as we always do. We'll talk about what we've done in Azeroth this week. And Jeddah, as you're the guest, how about you let us all know what it is you've been up to in Warcraft this week, and talk to the people who don't know who you are, and let them get to know you.
I've been mostly working on some of my 120s just to get them a little bit more better geared. Especially my Horde Druid that I really like, Luna Jin. Because my Alliance characters are mostly geared, since I am mostly Alliance. I've also been leveling alts as well, just some little things. I've also been trying to do like mount runs, because I am a huge mount collector. And Invincible still eludes me.
Me too. Curse, you Lich King!
Not me.
Oh, Pete. You.
Thank you, Frazley.
That's what you were feeling, right, Jettafae?
Hey, I got Ashes of Alar then, so yeah.
Yeah, we can be sparkly in our ashes, so.
I mean, so can I.
Damn. Oh, okay. Okay, you're still looking for the Infinite Time Reaver, right, Pete?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. So,
got him.
Yes.
So am I. But I've also finally, thanks to Des Mephisto showing me how to do it, I've finally conquered Spine of Deathwing. I could actually get past it first shot, no problems.
Stand in the hole until you have all the users.
Nope, actually no.
Are you doing the one that like Cap showed me the one that I
run
did
back and forth, just kind of around.
That's a lot of effort.
Basically, you just kill all the tentacles and leave the one up.
Yep.
And kill off, whatever first revenants you got. And then just let all the bloods gather by you until you have enough. And there you go. You just kill them all down, kill the tentacle, let them gather them all up.
The process still works if you just stand in the hole where you kill a tentacle, because it won't spin you off when it turns.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I find at least it's a little bit. Well, it's more exciting to have it be the back and forth. I did learn the thing: take off all your corruption gear, because that, and also don't accidentally almost sell your corruption gear too.
Or at least have your cloak high enough so it'll get rid of the corruption a bit.
Well done, Frazley.
Frazley tends to have Charlie show's eyeball face.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, mine's. I need to get those malefic cores.
I still need to get mine done as well at some point. I think I'm just going to stream myself just doing, like, I think the 25 visions I need to get the drone.
Yeah.
I know. I know. It's so brain numbing. It really is.
I haven't been asked to do it. I know I want to get the male muncher. I want to level my cloak more, but I'm just like,
I know. And like, there's a barbershop toy and Orgrimmar. I mean, there's things I want to get from Visions from. I'm like,
You'd rather do anything else, including drink acid.
I'm gonna guess that Visions might be something that they. Well, hopefully they keep it. I can see it being.
It will stay as a thing. It absolutely will stay as a thing. But it's
okay.
Like, I mean, corruption being purchasable, that'll go. Corruption resistance, that won't be a thing. That'll disappear.
Yeah.
With the pre-patch. So that it'll probably still stay because there's cosmetic stuff, and they haven't announced it's going away. So
yeah, that's true. Whereas Islands, we still don't know.
Now, if only they would, not get rid of the Brutus sword, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, technically they're not getting rid of it. It's just going straight to the black market auction house where you'll be able to buy it for dog cap.
I hate that. I hate it so much. I'm of the firm belief that no mount should ever be removed unless there's a special circumstance like Naxxramas, because it got completely
I don't think the Naxxramas one should have been removed either.
No?
Like they were just taken out of the meta for Nax after it. That's all that happened. And then when Wrath finished, they removed the mounts from the bottom of TOTC.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset about that. And I'm like, why that didn't? No.
Yeah.
There was no reason for that.
No.
Yeah, and like some of the transmog that's still gone, some of it's not meant to be unattainable. They're just still trying to figure out where some of it is.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it is supposed to not ever come back. And like Gladiator, I totally get. I totally get removing the Gladiator mount after that season.
The Glad mounts being gone are a thing. I get that. They're limited content. It's the same as like the PvE equivalent of that right now is like the friendship dragon, and that sort of thing, like the friendship moose, the friendship dragon.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one? The raven.
Yeah, and that one I get too. It pains me as someone that wants to collect all amounts, but it makes sense. It gives something special for that time time period.
It's interesting because in terms of the moose, there are variants. In terms of the raven, there is one other variant, being the world drop mount from Warlords.
Mm-hmm.
But while there are a billion other dragon models, there are none that are the same as the Void Dragon as a mount.
Yeah.
Which means that there'll be Gladiator mounts in the next expansion.
Probably. I mean, knowing the track record, that's usually how it goes. But
I mean, they resorted to using Gladiator proto-drakes for BFA for whatever reason. So
yeah, I didn't understand that one. since Proto-Drakes came from Wrath.
Should have been like a bunch of like pirate ships and stuff like that.
Yeah, something.
Well, this is the thing, like, because I think Asmongold had a thing on his stream the other day where he was looking at all the arena mounts, basically, and like, he looked at them from like Wrath downwards, and the Wrath ones are really good because they were the ICC Bone Drake model, and that wasn't used in any PvE content until we had the meta for ICC. So until that, if you saw that Bone Drake map before the point of getting to ICC, you saw someone that had. It's like that. It's like the old adage of when you saw somebody in Classic in like that high tier gear, you were impressed because it's something that was unobtainable, and it's the same as like those mounts but if you look at like a Proto Drake, I mean, yeah, it's armored and it's got a specific, unique, cool color variant. But it's still a Proto Drake. And Proto Drake models are so daft.
Tiny T-Rex arms.
Yeah. And they're reused for other things. I can't remember what else the Proto Drake skeleton's used for. I know it's used for something else in terms of mounts, but I can't remember what it is.
I'd have to.
Oh, it's the same skeleton's used for the pterodactyls.
Yeah, that's it. Where they walk on their wings.
Yeah. So daft.
This has little T-Rex arms.
Yeah. Mounts. I love mounts.
Me too.
Me too. And I thank Perky Pugs for doing, the Friendship Dragon all over again. Wasn't there for the moose, but I still got the moose by other means. But I was there for, Glowy Mana Raven and again for the Friendship Dragon, which was fantastic. I'm
slightly comfortable in the fact that I have a competent raid group to go with to do heroic stuff like that, because the stuff like Perky Pugs and everything like that are all US based and there's no EU equivalent.
There is a I think Pieces is. Oh no, they're doing more of
That's more of a raffle more than it is.
Yeah, and I do know our good friend Dust Mephisto is doing runs, I believe on. Or no, his is still US. And
his is NA, yeah.
Okay.
EU. Yeah, his is all NA because he doesn't have a European account yet.
Well, he does have a European account. He's
does he?
Using it at the moment. Yeah, he's not. He's doing a lot of testing on alpha at the beta right now. So
yeah,
he's doing a lot of things.
I was trying to remember like who all the runs are for and like where they're what factions are on.
Like, it's one of those things that could be easily solved by having an account-wide stuff and being able to access any data center.
Yeah.
That would be nice, because I really would like to play with, like, European friends.
Well, and the same is vice versa, to play with the US friends, because, like, yourself and the other guests included, like, that we got stuff like Frazley and, Michael as well, Acid that Frazley does Genome with as well. He's a very close friend who we go and play games with, but...
yeah.
It's having to pay for a secondary account and a sub for that. It's not the age we live in right now.
No, because I want to, but I got to put my stuff toward bills, and I can justify one sub
MMO. Yeah.
Like that's why I don't play SWTOR anymore, because that's another $15 a month.
I didn't think. I thought SWTOR went free to play like a long time ago.
It does have free to play, but they punish you for not subbing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if they still do it now, but like if you don't sub, you can't use the mailbox. You can't use the fast travel. They lock all your action bars, and you got to buy them all separately, like one by one. It was nuts. Like, and I don't think you can use mounts either.
That's really bad.
Epics, if you subbed and then stopped, if you had like epic crystals in your stuff doesn't work anymore.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was it's bad, but it's EA. What do you want?
Amazing.
Do you know what I still want? I still want a non-emulator version of Star Wars Galaxies.
Oh my god. How do you even have that at hand?
I don't know. I had it for a podcast game show, and I just have never moved it from there. And I just it's not part of my set.
I want to dust it off a little bit.
Oh yeah.
You been up to anything else this week, Jetta?
I've been playing different games as well. There's an early access game called Traveler's Rest.
Oh,
And yes, it's kind of like Stardew Valley, but you're taking care of a tavern instead in a medieval time.
Oh, so right.
They're gonna have magic and potion making, but that's not in the game yet. They're trying to get the core working proper.
Makes sense.
Yeah. You can, have like a magic broom to help you clean the floors. You're judged by cleanliness, by, the service you provide, and the drinks you make. You can cook your own stuff. You can make your own brews. You can also rent out rooms once you're high enough. And I still want to know what the hell anybody does in those rooms, because usually after they're done, they have like messes all over the floor, and I'm like, what the hell did you guys do in here?
That sounds like anybody that just goes to a normal hotel, to be honest. Screw their stuff all over the place.
Never take one of those like UV lights to a hotel, I've heard.
You're gonna regret it instantly.
Yeah.
If the customers get unruly, you can try and calm them down. If they don't want to calm down, you just smack them with the mop and you tell them to get the hell out of here.
I feel like there's been some form of like RP of a bartender in WoW at some point. I feel like I've stumbled across it before, where I've walked into the thing to log out back in early days, and there was just somebody there. I think Gilneas, I think they do it a lot more in Gilneas, because Gilneas is empty.
Yeah,
it's devoid of everything. Well, yeah, but like a lot of the buildings are just empty. Like there's a whole grand hall of stuff that I've seen people just use for RP events before.
Oh yeah, all the time, because people actually want us to reclaim Gilneas, and I'd be all for that.
It's a lovely city.
Okay, how are you for Gilneas being reclaimed, but you deride me wanting to reclaim Gnomeregan?
Because Gilneas looks nice and Gnomeregan doesn't. If I wanted to go live in a hole in the mountain, I could live anywhere in
you go to Ironforge.
Like
he's kind of got you there, Frazley. Gilneas is actually a lot more beautifully built. And especially after Mechagon, I don't think anybody wants to go near Gnomeregan for a while.
Let's be fair. The inside of Mechagon and the actual city area is, if you actually look at the places where they live, it's still nicer than Gnomeregan.
That's just because Gnomeregan needs a little TLC.
It needs a bit more than TLC. It needs like a nuclear device set off in there again.
By TLC, does that mean we get
Trogs
engaged in 90 days or
coal. That's all you get for TLC. Trogs, lamps, and coal.
Okay.
Trogs, lamps, and coal. Okay.
Frazley, what have you been up to in Azeroth this week?
Basically doing a lot of mount runs. I'm trying to get some stuff more, and did not get anything yet. There's always next time. I did get one mount. It was a rare spawn mount. So Friday morning, I'm up, and Cap says, "Hey, Pound Fits is up." So I log in, and I went over. So I now have the groundling pet for that. So that is one mount, 2 mounts away now from getting 200 on one character.
Oh, you nearly got 201 character.
Yeah.
Have you done all of the Argent tournament mounts?
I need to work on that one too. I know that my friend Cardfrex's been working on that, and I'm like, I will work on that soon. I'm just doing that right now. The current mount.
Oh yeah, no, you've got to find time to put stuff in.
It takes a while. I've got most of them, and I'm just like, ugh.
And I think Cardfrex's doing it on both EU and US.
Oof.
So yeah,
he's got more patience than I do.
Yeah. And then I went into the beta and did like the horse sorting experience, and I like that. Again, it changed.
Is that the Horde version of the new starting zone?
Yeah, and unlike what we thought it was, it's the same experience as the Alliance. Just they modify the story and the characters. I had one weird bug at one point where the Horde person plays a line from the Alliance person. I was like, "Oh, that's a bug. Report that." And then I had one where, like, in Maldraxxus, I had an issue where I get in there and I'm trying to beat the opening quests, and I get things, and I get really defeated, and I kept dying. All of a sudden, I lose. I'm down to red armor. There was no repair vendor nearby, so I'm like, okay, what if I hearth back? I get stuck in the area beforehand, So then I'm like, okay, what if I do the stuck the gravestone? It takes me back out to where I was before. I can't get back to my body, so I have to delete the character because I'm stuck there. And then I go on another character, and my old death marker is still from the old character showing there. So I've reported all this bugs. So I am testing beta.
That sounds a little bit harsh because, like,
wow,
yeah.
And this is the starting area of malpractice. So I've given my feedback on this, saying like, I think this might be a little tough
Hey
because
guys,
like,
this might be broken.
yeah, like there's some stuff here that you might want to fix, but I'm still loving beta. Like I still want, and I'm excited for Shadowlands. But yeah, I'm surprised.
I was really hoping character copies would be up this week because I want to do the story in beta, you know, because I know when it hits live on day one, I'm just going to blast through it anyway, especially since everybody starts in the same zone. It's going to be hell on earth to do anything. So I just want to blast through the story and like do it at my own, because then I can do it at my own pace there and read stuff, you know.
Yeah,
because I always say to myself on launch day, it's fine, I'll do it on my main, blast through it, and I'll read it on an alt, and I never do. I'm just like, yeah, I know the basic story, I'm just gonna...
and also it's just when it launches, it's going to be crowded as all heck.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So people are going to be trolling, being on like their big mounts and stuff. They do it every time.
Yeah, but they on the main NPCs there are those blocks in place and demounts.
That's probably one of the biggest blessings that WoW has ever put in.
Yeah,
just having those, because people are going to be assholes about it.
I think what they should do is if you get on a large mount or you sit on top of a mount, it punches you like across the map. And you're like, be gone.
That'd be awesome.
Anything else, Fraz? You ventured anywhere else?
No, not really anything past that. Like I'm gonna go back in. Like I've been playing other games like Oublette and stuff like that. So
okay, that's fair enough. I mean, my time in WoW has been, I've done my mount runs. I got one mount this week because I've changed up some stuff and I've started doing the garrison invasions again, like gearing them all up on the odds, because there's 4 there I miss. So last week I did like 5 characters, because it's really easy to platinum these things now on your own, because all of your guards in your garrison scaled to 120.
Awesome.
And the mobs don't scale above 100, so you're easily getting platinums, which means you get 2 chances at a mount per character.
Nice.
Nice.
You can, as long as you literally, all you need to do is just go for like the 20 CP pointers and it's fine. So like you can quite easily hit the 1300 and it's cool. But it takes, you need to put aside 10 minutes to do an invasion at any given time.
This is for the invasion mounts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do those too.
There's 4 you can get. But once I get those, and then I'm just down to the world boss in Warlords in terms of mounts that I'm missing, and the void talon.
One of the people in my polyamorous group ended up getting the void talon just by chance while they were leveling.
Nice.
It absolutely happens. You know, it's the same as people who get time lost just because they're on the way to Ulduar and it's just there.
Yeah, at least it wasn't like my experience with time lost. It was pretty horrible. I was camping him for like 6 months straight back during Kata.
Yeah.
He finally spawns like right on top of me. I'm turning to go ahead and tag it, and some douche bro on his own time lost protodrake mount, mind you, flew in and took the tag from me.
Oh shit.
Apparently he was doing it to keep it rare.
What bitch?
I know. I legit broke down crying.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
I would too.
Blizzard said technically they couldn't do anything about it because what he did isn't.
Yep.
It's not technically against the rules. He's just a douchebag.
Yeah. What else mount wise have I done this week? I've done my normal runs. I've done the invasions. I think the biggest thing. Oh no. Horde side. I'm nearly at the amount of pearls on the Unshackled to buy that mount because it's one of the few mounts that work on both factions.
Yes.
The Tide Stallion or something?
No. The faction one that you can buy with pearls when you're exalted.
Okay.
So the Horde one works on Alliance, and Alliance works on Horde. It's the Paragon mount drops from the both box, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm nearly in the amount of pearls to buy that. But my biggest find this week was getting the Kuathon hatchling quest started, because that's another mount that works on both sides of the faction. So this is some bonuses. We get the Direhorn and we can use Kuathon, but the Horde can't use the bee. There's a cat over your shoulder.
That's my cat, Malthael.
Oh, Malthael.
Oh.
Not interested.
No.
The bringer of death.
He is when it comes to flying insects.
But otherwise, the biggest time I've spent in WoW this week is I've been changing up my raw gold farm. So I used to just be doing Warlords of Draenor raids because I just did all of LFR and then did normal heroic mythic in the 3 different dungeons. But it doesn't make as much gold per week as what it could be doing. So what I've been doing, and I think in a 24-hour stretch, like between sleeping and the amount of time, I made about 80 grand in the span of 24 hours.
Nice. Not bad.
Oh, hello, cat.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Some people love pets. Some people. Yep,
he's
there you go.
My good boy. He helps me a lot when I have, emotional issues.
I find pets are just generally good for that in general. Like, dogs know when you're not in that sort of mood.
So they'll come lay their head in your lap or try to distract you with something. I don't need your butt in my face, thank you.
But it's just that's the emotional benefit that you get. You see, you get
like a kitty butt.
Yeah.
Or as I like to call it, Gahoon's other mouth.
I will be sleeping and Taco will be on my stomach and he's like, okay, I'm going to turn around where my butt's literally. I'm like, turn around. And he's like, okay. And then he moves. I'm like, no, I don't need your butt.
No butt face, please.
Yeah.
But in terms of raw gold farm, it's quite easy because it doesn't interfere. Like, nobody can interfere with what I'm doing, and it doesn't interfere with anybody else. So it's just about making sure that I just get on with it, really. I've been debating doing a stream of it and see how many people might be interested in just chatting while I mindlessly pound my head into the gold steps of a Tal Dazar.
Yeah,
but
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, and I view just chatting like WoW just chatting is what you described, because that's why I do mount runs on stream, because it's something I can do and I can be talking with chat.
It's true. It's just I never find the sort of tedium for that. Because if I wanted to properly do mount farming myself on stream, I'd find that I'd be like, all right, guys, who wants to see me take 22 characters through Mr. Pandaria?
You'd be surprised.
While waiting.
Be surprised.
Yeah, probably.
Like Des Mephisto does that all the time, and he's got over 100 people sitting in chat just chatting away with him.
Yeah.
I'll be lucky if I get 5. But
you'd be surprised.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really help that I can't stream during EU daytimes at the moment, just for personal life that's going on, since I'm looking after my 99-year-old nan and can't really have a stream up and then disappear.
No. And especially with everything going on in the world, you want to...
Well, yeah, there's that as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's fun. But, yeah, no, that's me in WoW this week. It's, I don't know. I'm not going to set myself the goal of getting the long boy, but I'm definitely going to see how much gold I can make before pre-patch. And if I've got enough to get a long boy, superb. If not, I'll just go and buy the spider from Legion and get all the really expensive mounts from BFA.
There you go.
I mean, I'm already at the most gold I've ever had in the game. At on my main, on my main alone, I'm at 1.2 million.
Ooh.
That's nice. Dang. I have never seen 1 million on my main ever.
Me either.
I'm terrible at it.
I mean, that's at 1.2 million with at least 10 grand on every of my other Alliance characters as well. So,
yep, still never get there.
There's another
100K maybe.
Yeah, there's another 150K just sitting on all my characters just there. So,
Just there.
I should call you Richie Rich, and you have like a robot maid and stuff like that.
Oh, you realize how much raw gold you can make just by leveling now, Fraz? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
You make a lot.
You can make so much just by just leveling because you've got enough to just literally raw buy epic flying these days.
Yeah, and you don't really have to buy epic flying because in Shadowlands that's going to be a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep. It's not going to be 5k anymore.
Nice.
I mean, that's all right because I've got a lot of Horde characters and like 3 Alliance characters left to level. So
there you go. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, awesome.
And I've got a few friends who will be so glad to have flying in Draenor. I went for flying because when I got Legion Pathfinder, Draenor was laughing at me, so I took that month to do it.
they haven't mentioned anything about Pathfinder for older expansions yet, have they?
Yes, they have actually.
Have they?
Yeah. For older expansions, you won't have to do the Pathfinder. You're going to get it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yes, no, they did because it was like if you do Pathfinder, you'll still get the mount.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah.
Like you can still do it, but you don't have to for flying anymore.
Yeah.
But you don't get flying until like what 40? I can't remember.
I think flying starts at like 30 something.
I'm gonna go check right now.
So I believe 10 was like your first riding.
Yeah.
20 was your second. 30's your.
So you get slow ground speed at level. This is old because I think they've changed this since, but it was like normal flying at 30, epic flying at 40.
Yeah,
that's changed since then.
Let's say that's last I heard.
Yeah. Wow, Wowhead's normally good for this sort of information. No, that's
when it loads.
that's still antiquated. It does seem like Pathfinders are still level based to level 30. So at the moment it's 10 for normal riding, 20 for epic riding, 30 for base flying, 40 for 310 speed. There's nothing above that right now. Because it seems like flying is just based in at 150. It doesn't seem to have anything different there.
Yeah. They got rid of the in-between between the 150 and the 300.
But it seems that you actually have to pay for the Pathfinders for Draenor and Legion.
Makes sense. I mean, they used to do that, for Wrath and stuff. So
at the moment, this is obviously subject to change as it always will be, and your trainers are based on your main city, so it's still looking like it's 5k, but it gives you 310 flight regardless now, which is massive.
Because it would always felt a little ridiculous to have to pay 5k twice.
Yeah. No, I mean, Pathfinder's always been a bit weird. I've never had anything against it, but then I've always been there for when the content's come out. I'd say I've never felt behind on Pathfinder.
Yeah, Warlord just the weirdest one with its huge rep stuff. And I even think that the rep grinds on any Pathfinder should not really be there. I think if you do the story, if you explore the area,
I think once it becomes an antiquated expansion, then it should be literally required to just do the main story in each hub.
Yeah. And maybe do the exploring,
Yeah, well, yeah, it should be tied to Explorer of the map. It should be tied to the main storyline because that's what's tracked in the quest log.
That should be really it.
And that should be it. Like, do all the questing so you know the story. Be rewarded.
Yeah, the rep grinds always got me. I hated it.
Yeah, and
even when it was current.
I mean, rep grinds is so bad. They've never really had like all the different ways they've had to change things over the expansions and try to find the best way to do a rep grind. It's always been bad, and I'm sorry to say, but world quests really don't feel very good. Like going and doing a world quest and getting 25 rep is real shit.
Yeah. I always like it when we have the rep bonus because then I actually feel like I'm getting a bit more of a chunk.
Yeah.
To get it going. The best rep grind that I liked the most was actually during Wrath. When we had the tabards, you just go run dungeons. There you go.
Yeah, they were good. The Mr. Pandaria one was good, where you got exalted. You could buy a thing that was account wide, so you got 25% bonus on other factions.
And you could actually star one of them for whatever dungeon.
I don't know. I feel like they need to do a couple of things when it comes to rep, which is, well, they're obviously doing something which is renown, which is
It's still rep.
but not. It's the same way how world quests aren't daily quests. It's the same thing in a different package.
Mm-hmm.
But there needs to be certain things that they need to do with the older reps. Like they either need to not have such expanded different things, but just something where it's just like you hit a new level of rep with a faction, you get more quests. Like something to boost that. If they want to keep those massive gates of need to go up in reputation, then add more quests. Because doing certain quests as a main quest line is cool for that great dump of rep, but like I'd much rather have stuff which is like progress my story with your faction so I can learn more by giving me quests per rep thing, and then I get a massive chunk of that reputation done because I'm doing things. And it's like the way I also feel, I think I've said this before, is that if they want to gate rep with factions of the current expansion behind for Pathfinder, then the quests in that zone should guarantee to get you to revered.
Yeah,
I agree.
So that
way
the only push
exalted.
Exactly, because that means the only push you have to do is working on that content that you want to do.
Yeah, I completely agree. So that way it's not such a slog just to do it.
Yeah, it's the same way like in Desolus, there are those two orc places, and by doing their quests, you will get exalted with both of the Centaur factions.
Now,
yeah,
now
it was definitely bugged.
Much.
Yeah,
but I hated Suramar with grinding the rep with them because it just took forever.
And the mana.
The mana thing, the going into the town with the mask, and
the thing is that Suramar's not that bad now because you go back and not only do you get to because the quests take you to a certain point of rep, but then you can also do the patched content for the assault on Suramar City, which gives you more rep as well. So it's a lot better to do now. But like
when it was current, it was like, just kill me now.
Yeah,
and I still haven't gotten the damn fox either.
Me either. I need to go back and work on that one.
Once every 3 days. That's it.
I know.
Go and get yourself some mana, and then just once every 3 days. Simple.
I'm already exalted with them. I've done it, and still no fox.
Well, I'm still missing 2 Paragon mounts with the Legion factions, and I'm not going back until they turn that rep boost on again because fuck
no.
Yeah.
Oh, I need the Paragon mounts too, like the Dream Runner and all that, and I'm like,
I think it'd be cool if in like legacy zones, once you're out of that level on a character, they're like, hey, by the way, you're already past them. Let's just give you a rep boost. Be like, this is old content.
But Frazley, how are you expected to go and play content in the game?
If I'm
how can we not keep you coming back and playing for your $9.99 a month?
Give me a mount for 6 month subs, sissy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm all for free mounts. I'll take it. Well, is it even really free?
No. I get what you're saying, though. It would be nice if there were boosts to older content.
Yeah.
I think it will change now with how the leveling system works. I think that's going to be something that we'll see more in practice than we will in just looking at how it looks like on Shadowlands now. I'm excited to go back and do a couple of expansions which aren't Legion or BFA. and not Wrath. I'm probably going to do Mists of Pandaria because I love that. I love expansion.
Pandaria. All of my alts are probably just going to go there, and just I can take my time through it instead of currently if I do Jade Forest, I'm already out of there, and I'm like, oh
yeah.
But I want the other zones except Kunlai because Kunlai is actually kind of crap.
Kunlai is only bad because it has the gating for the story, the Alliance and Horde story. It's the only reason it's terrible. But then to balance out on the other side, you've got the Wakener quests in Dread Waste, which are too good. It's just a shame the zone looks like dog shit.
Yeah. I mean, I can't blame it for looking like dog shit because it's the Shah, and the Queen, but I still love the Mantid, and they're like, they actually tell you straight up, hey, if our old god comes back, you're fucked.
That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I still felt really sad having to kill them because I was like, I like you guys. Don't be like this.
Yeah. So bad. So bad. But yeah, no. My goodness. I remember when the rep buff, I was just in there farming the world quest for Argus. I got all 3 of the Fell Crushers nice and quickly. That was nice. Got the mount from the other one, and I was pretty much done on mount farming on Argus because I got them all from the rare drops as well. So I was like, done. And then I was just like, I could go and get all these Paragon mounts I miss, and like there was so much more time. But it's just like when you realize how much you still want to get, there's so much time the game consumes. Because I did just my 2 Horde characters going mount farming in Pandaria alone. And I was waiting 15, 20 minutes for Garalon and the Shah of Anger to respawn. And it's just like, I'm spending an hour just waiting.
Oh, yeah. Or if you're like me, I still need one more of the Dire Horns from the Troll War guys.
Do you know what? I feel you. I was missing the Jade for so long. It literally became a meme in the guild that every time I killed it, like I could kill any of the other colors and would get a mount to drop. But because it wasn't the Jade, it wasn't the Jade. And then whenever I killed Jade, it just wouldn't drop the mount. And then when I had, like, back in Mists, when I had a friend with me and we killed the Jade one, it dropped, but he got it. And I'm like, this is just a meme at this point. Like
they're just dangling it in front of you.
Yeah.
I'm running Eye of Eternity, and like Cardfreck's gotten the Blue Drake like 5 times, and he wants the Azure Drake, and I've gotten the Azure Drake once or twice.
Yeah, like for me, instead of the Jade, it's the Amber one that's just being dangled on me. And like I've killed, the Slate one a dozen times, and I've gotten the mount twice from that one. And I'm just like, can you not?
Yeah.
And the Amber one, I don't see spawn that much either. So it's like, can you spawn a little more often, maybe? No, of course not.
No, of course not.
That'd be too easy.
Yeah, you just got to fly to all the points and hope that nobody else is camping them.
Usually nobody's there. If there are, I leave that spot alone. I just go after the other ones.
It's good. Oh my god! Like these Pandaria world bosses, though, I tell you, their drop rates need nerfing, buffing, not nerfing.
No, don't give them any ideas.
No, you know what they need? The kill timer on those needs buffing. That way, when it comes up, it'll be like something like, okay, you don't, it won't really attack you, but let it be like as soon as it pops up, there's not.
I'd love it if their kill timer was 10 minutes.
Yeah, be like, okay,
rather than anywhere from 20 to 40. That would be.
Yeah, because right now they're just on farm. It's not current content anymore.
But and make it where.
Go ahead.
Make it where like you can still kill it, but it's not just going to go away.
Yeah, just let it. Anybody smack the pinata.
Yeah.
That, or like I can understand if it's current content, it's gonna have a long spawn timer. But once it's not current anymore, it's like, you should probably tweak it a little so people can go back and farm it. Yeah. Not a problem.
Only advice I'd give for the Pandaria world mounts is get coins to double your chances. They're the only world bosses that drop mounts that you can actually roll them on.
That's true.
You can't bonus roll the Warlord's mount, which is annoying.
Oh. That is annoying. Is that Doom Roller, or is there another one?
No, the Firebird down in Spires of Iraq.
Oh, Ruckmar.
Yeah.
You still have to give me her mount.
Yeah, drops the Fire Raven, and I want it because it's gorgeous, and it's still a pretty rare mount from what I see.
Yeah, most people do not have it, or they forget Rukmar even exists.
Yeah, but between all of the mount farming that I do and now the raw gold farming, I don't find I have time to do the soundless farm or the assault farming for mounts.
Yeah, it takes a lot out of you just to do them all. I've been using Frazley's site that he gave me, and even then I can't get through the entire list because I'm like, okay.
Is that the one I gave it? Is that the one I gave Frazley?
Yeah. Absolutely, that one, yeah.
I just this is a good list, but I can't do all of these within a week.
I find that it becomes a little bit easier once you start marking things off. I would always say to prioritize dungeon and raid mounts first because they've got a lower, they've got a higher percentage drop chance in the long run for it.
Yeah.
So oh my goodness, I always try to base it by expansion because it's the easiest way to do it. So for vanilla, I would say do Stratholme.
So many years of that. So many years.
Because I don't think I can't remember if there's any more vanilla. Because I would have said ZG and ZA, but they've got redone in Cataclysm, so I cast them as Cataclysm content now.
Yeah.
But then back in the day, before we had Cataclysm, I have all those mounts. So when I was mount farming in Wrath, my mount farm in Wrath was when they put the LFG system in, I would run LFD every day until I got Oculus because it's the only way you could get the blue Drake at that point.
I remember, and people still today don't know how to do it.
It's pretty bizarre. I've seen people get multiple red Drakes instead of all amber and a green.
I actually love the dungeon. I really do because I love the blue dragon flight. But trying to get people to learn how to do the fight properly is just.
I think it's just literally easy for you to just go, I'm gonna grab a red one, you all grab bronze ones, and then follow me, and I'll take you to the area around the places, and then all you need to do is go 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 2, and then it should be dead.
Yeah.
Apparently, the boss, I was watching Hottie Chicken take him on, at level, and he literally almost got one-shotted. And it's
he dies very quickly now.
Because before it took forever to kill him.
I think a large part of it is because the Drakes now scale with item level and words. What is it? It's not heritage. Heirlooms are generally a higher item level than the base gear that you'll get at that point.
Yeah,
he's just going down really quickly.
But yeah, so I would do LFG every day, and if I hadn't got Utgard Pinnacle, I'd go for Utgard Pinnacle specifically because then you have the blue proto Drake there.
He's still me.
You should be doing Wrath time walking.
Yeah, I've been trying. Sometimes time walking, I'm just like, it's dungeons with people.
I know the feeling.
Time walking is fine up until anything after mists, because then Warlord's dungeons onwards are bad. They take too long.
The Catadems take forever for me too. I can't deal.
Which other cat?
Like Stonecore. Yeah.
Stonecore's not bad. Watching Frazley jump into a hole in Grimbatol was always funny.
That's just funny. Grimbatol was okay, but Stonecore was like the bane of my existence in Cata. Because people were always just dumb in it. They'd be trying to pull, even in Time Walking, they're trying to pull, all the rock packs in the beginning, and then they end up dead, and they're like, why aren't you guys DPSing them? It's like, we are!
Yeah. And the good thing is Time Walking has been modified because they had an issue with corruption that went apparently in Legion or BFA, so it has been corrected according to a blue post.
No. By corrected, you mean nerfed. They've nerfed the player's power level in those dungeons.
Oh, I thought they had fixed. I thought I read it where they had fixed the.
No, all they did is they brought down the corruption damage.
Okay.
They're always scaling their dungeons post the release of their power progression. So when we're in Shadowlands and they haven't attributed time walking for soul binds and covenant powers and everything else, there's going to be a particular thing that's going to be broken in there that won't work, and then there'll be when we eventually get Legion time walking as well, those dungeons will be held, because I guarantee you one will be Cathedral, and people won't know what to do in the Cathedral.
That's right.
I'm not looking forward to that one. People barely know what to do with BFA.
I honestly wish that the pool of time walking dungeons would be larger than just 5 per expansion.
I agree. I mean, especially if there is more than 5 dungeons.
Well, yeah. I mean, when it comes to TBC time walking, why can't I also have Blood Furnace and Ramparts? Why does it have to be Shattered Halls? Why does it have to be the max level dungeons? Why can't they? If they've got the ability to scale us down, why can't they scale those as well?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Like, give more variety. You know.
Well, that's it. Because like, if I want to spam it for Time Reaver farming or whatever, then.
Let me do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
something else.
TBC probably had one of the most dungeons out of all the expansions, I think.
I think there was like 3 per zone.
Mm-hmm.
So Hellfire had Ramparts, Blood Furnace, Shattered Halls. Zangarmarsh had Steam Pens, the other one Underfen, and then the max level one with Steam Vaults. Orkindoon had 4.
Yeah, because I think it's Shattered
Manitombs, Shattered Halls, Manitombs, the Sethek one.
Yeah, Sethek Hall.
And then the Graveyard. So it had one in each direction.
We're already up to 10.
Shadowmoon Valley didn't have any.
No, it just had the raid.
Just had the raid. Spies of Wreck didn't have any. That just had the raid. Then you had the 3 to outside Tempest Keep: Botanica, Alcatraz, Mechana.
And the other one was just
Nagrand didn't have any dungeons or raids.
I think it's about 13 now.
Something like so. 3, 4. So 7. 3, 4, 7. So 7, 10, 13.
Yeah,
and then you've got the one on the Blood Elf Island as well. So 14 dungeons.
Yeah.
The one with Sunwell.
Yeah, that's the Isle of Quel'Danas.
Yeah.
Which is where you get the
the White Hawkstrider.
White chicken.
14 dungeons, and we can only do 5 of them.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Use them all.
And with how much transmog you can find in those, and just locales.
Yeah, and then say Wrath has quite a few of them as well. And I think we can do all of them in there.
I'm trying again. I'm going over it by zone. There's no dungeon in Dragonblight. There's just the raids.
Okay,
there's no dungeon in the west starting zone. There's no dungeon in the top right. We've only got one of the 3 in Ice Crown. Because we've got Pit of Sauron, but we don't have the one before that, or we don't have the Reflecting Halls.
You don't want those.
I'd like the first one. The first one.
Actually,
people wouldn't do the first boss.
I've gotten Pit of Sauron before, or not
Sauron,
but the other one, the first one to it before during a time walking, and holy crap, it was hard.
Yeah. Well, people don't understand the mechanic for like certain bosses, so
especially the first one.
But yeah, there's 4 dungeons in Ice Crown now, and 2 raids. And we don't get Trial of the Crusader in Trial of the Champion. We don't get in Time Walking.
So it's 5.
So there's 4 from Ice Crown. There's Utgard Pinnacle. Is there a second Utgard dungeon?
Utgard Keep.
So there's Utgard Keep and Utgard Pinnacle. You don't get Keep in Time Walking. You only get Pinnacle.
Boring.
So that's 6 dungeons. There's no dungeon in Grizzly Hills. There's no dungeon in Dragonblight. There's no dungeon in the. Is there really only no? You got the 2 in Storm Peaks, haven't you? So
yeah,
there's only
you
8...
have 2 or 3 in Storm Peaks.
Is there really only 8 dungeons in Wrath?
Well, if you're counting the Trial of the Champion, And the 2 from...
So there's the 3 in ICC, because it was a whole 3 dungeon story that they released with ICC. You've got, so you've got those 3, you've got Trial of the Champion, and then you've got Halls of Stone and Halls of Lightning in Storm Peaks. There's none in Grizzly Hills, none in Dragonblight. There's none in
Utgard Keep and Utgard Pinnacle.
Yes.
It's about 8.
8. There's 8 dungeons in Wrath.
And you can only do
5.
5, yeah.
That's 16 in Wrath? Really? What are the other ones? What am I forgetting? I mean, I'm gonna.
We're forgetting Oculus.
Oh, of course there are. There's
Nexus. That's 10.
Yeah, there are those 2, isn't there?
And who else are we missing? Shit biscuits.
Do you know what? I have an entire encyclopedia. I mean, Ali Dungeon Fables is going to know more. It's going to be the encyclopedia off the top of the head. Violet Hold, of course. Culling Stratholme.
11. Culling Stratholme is 12. Shit.
What are the other 4? Oh my goodness. My brain's literally... The point is that there's more dungeons that could be in Time Walking rather than there's only 5.
Yeah.
5. I mean, what came after Wrath? Cataclysm.
Yeah.
So we had Remade Dead Mines, which isn't in Time Walking.
5 for the better. It takes forever to
there's the new dungeon was the new dungeon in Blackrock Mountain, which isn't in Time Walking. Grimbatollas, because it's max level. I think that's literally how they've done it. Anything that contributes as like scaling to max level is considered a Time Walking dungeon.
Yeah, I guess so. Because you do get Stone Core.
Oh yeah, Gundrak. Do you know what? I completely forgot Zoldrak was as well.
Oh yeah, Zoldrak. How can I forget that when I've done that one so many times?
It's got some of the best storylines there.
It does.
Oh my goodness!
But still, it's not in the rotation.
Yeah, there's so much content there that they could be bringing in, and
Dead Mines is a straight line. How can you say it's a maze, chat? It's literally a straight line.
Remember, it takes you into a dream sequence after you smack Vanessa the first time.
Yeah, it's still a straight line.
Kind of. You have to go through obstacles. Like, I can't stand like the lightning room. I always end up getting zapped and killed.
I can understand why that might not be in there, because I know there's a lot of people with the fear of spiders who can't deal with that.
That one is pretty bad.
I used to play with someone who actually had a fear of spiders and just hated every time Blizzard put a spider into the game.
Yeah, my girlfriend in my poly fam, she is incredibly arachnophobic. Like, even just seeing a small picture, she freaks out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No. So I can kind of get Dead Mines, like, not being there, but it is like it's a straight line.
But like, the rest of it, I don't see a reason why not.
Yeah.
Did they have heroic versions?
Yes. Everything in Cataclysm had a heroic version of it.
But like, what about Wrath? Like, did everything have a heroic version?
No.
Maybe that's also part of the reason.
Yeah, but there's scaling. Like, scaling exists.
That's true. That is true. So there's not much of a reason not to.
I don't know. Scaling's a thing.
Blizzard's weird.
Blizzard is weird. I mean, at the end of the day, I just fully expect that all of the things that we want is down to a time limitation.
That's
just like, I mean, we can always joke that the garrisons cost a raid tier. That's why there's a grave card called Raid D tier in there. But I mean,
they were under a time constraint where Activision said that this is, when it has to come.
Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, if we want stuff, we have to give up other things. And unless, like, you get people that do stuff on their free time, like, which is why we get certain things that just happen because someone's developed it on their free. Like, Pepe's a good example of it. Pepe was designed in a developer's free time. They just made it, put it somewhere, the community found it, and they loved it.
Yeah, I love Pepe. I have like a bunch of little costumes. One that makes him a little demon hunter.
Yes, I have all of them so far. I went out and got all the Horde ones for BFA.
Nice.
Like, I spent time and just went and got it. Frazley's our own little Pepe with his hat, I think.
Yeah.
I should get him like a Pepe clip or something to put on his head.
Oh, that would be cool, yes.
That would be actually pretty funky. I can imagine. Right. I think we're at that time there, guys. Long story short, there's a lot of content in the game that I'm sure we'd all like to see and to be able to play. So it's not so much of a repetitive grind sometimes, but it'll happen when it happens, and we can only hope that as we see more stuff for Shadowlands on the way, that it's not going to be as repetitive. Hashtag bin world quests. Cool. Jetta, if they want to find you around the internet, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter under Jettafae. I don't really use Instagram or anything like that.
But you got a Twitch channel that you might be coming back to soon, haven't you?
Jettafae Moonclaw is currently what it is. I will eventually just have the name Jettafae once Twitch releases the name. I'm not streaming currently, but I do plan to come back to it once I get my second monitor and a new router.
Nice.
That's true. Cool. Frazley.
Words today. You can find me on Twitter at FrazleyTastic. You can find me on my podcast, Frazlecast, at gnome.podcast.com, or I talk with different people throughout Azeroth. This past week, I talked with... Who did I talk with? Joe Hogan. I talked with Joe Hogan of Geekitude. And then you can find me on Twitch practically every day at twitch.tv/FrazleyS. And you can see me doing different things like eating beans and playing different games. Like today I played Ooblets. So that's all places you can find me at.
Brilliant stuff. As always, you can find me on my main Twitter account at Titans Creed, or if you just want streams, videos, podcasts, and everything else, you can follow just at Gaming Phoenix. I try not to tweet from there when it's not relevant, and just tweet on my main account and just talk all that good stuff. If you want just the VODs, you can find it over at youtube.com/Project Phoenix Productions. And if you want to just catch me on streams, you can find it at twitch.tv/Project Phoenix Productions. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. Thank you to Jettafae, our amazing guest today, as we've talked mounts and everything else. It's been fun.
Yep, I'm glad to be here, and I will happily come back if you ever want me.
Oh, absolutely. We definitely want you back.
Brilliant. As always, thank you very much to Frazley for being around. And until next time, as Frazley always likes to say,
be awesome.
Whether Horde or Alliance, find more stories around Azeroth on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube.